Hello, dear audiences. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever, depending where you are to you. Welcome to the show. Jack Chow is the host with the G&E TV on this East-West show, which tries to cover all aspects of life, including creativity. In our life, especially when you happen to be in Los Angeles, next door to Hollywood, though, we consider ourselves one of the Hollywoods. So being one of the Hollywoods you're talking about, your day-to-day life is heavily involved with the activities that are going on in the circle, which we sum it up as creativity. So there's lots of things going on, lots of actions, almost there every single day, every single moment, somewhere, somehow in this area, there's a shooting going on, right? So I'm talking about shooting film, not shooting bullets. Well, there are bullets being shot, well, as of last week anyway. With me today, I'm introducing you on behalf of this show, a great friend of mine, and he is a writer, a calligrapher, and director as well. He's everything. Mr. Glenn Jiang.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the show. I know him for quite some time, and there was about some time years ago, or at least a year and a half ago, he was here on the show talking about this great book that he wrote, Lay of Memories. It's about a story, call it not ancient story, but old story, quite old story, starting the year of 1849 when a wonderful Chinese guy named Chen Fong came to Honolulu, Hawaii, starting from nowhere, starting from zero, ground zero, to all the way to an owner of his own fleet of ocean-going vessels, which helped the state of Hawaii, the whole islands of Hawaii, develop with their rubber plantations.
Not rubber, it's sugar.
Sugar
plantations.
Sugar plantations, right. And that's quite a contribution to the United States, to the history of the United States. Mr. Glenn Jiang, as a director, he started the whole thing by first write a book about it. So let's start about the book, right? So I know that you went to Macau.
Yes.
This trip.
That's recently, and
right?
last month.
For this book.
Yes.
So what was exactly going on between you and those investors in Macau, please?
Well, like Jack Zhao just mentioned, that I wrote this book that for 5 years actually, going on, and I took the original person, Mr. Bob McGowan, who is still living right now. He's in his 93 years old. This June, he just passed his 93 years old birthday.
Oh, you see. Yeah. All right.
So I'm lucky to get to know this person, and through him to get to know his great-grandpa, Chang A-fang, who was a very successful merchant, who was called a merchant prince back then in the 19th century, because he was so successfully started from zero to be a successful merchant in sugar plantation.
And I know quite a bit. This is something that probably we need to make it known to people. And that's probably one of the reasons why you wrote this book, right? Okay. It is quite necessary for our audience to know that the United States is built upon diversity, right? So as early as 1849, take Mr. Chen A-fang, for example, he started doing his part to this nation. So it's quite necessary to let my audiences know that part of history, though, right? So
at that time,
I want you to give my audiences about the little synopsis for this book, which represents Mr. Chen A-fang and his generation after generation of contribution to the United States.
Yeah. Yes, I would say the 1949. Was just years.
1849.
1849, just years after the first Opium War. at that time.
Opium War was 1850, right?
In the 1840 started
first
early, the first one.
First Opium War, yes.
So actually, Chang Ah-fong came from his hometown. Right now, it's very close to Macau, where it's called Zhongshan County.
I see.
Zhongshan is county actually. Mr. Sun Yat-sen.
Dr. Sun Yat-sen.
Dr. Sun Yat-sen, yes. He is also his neighbor. They were neighbors.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
one is Zhongshan and another was a village.
I see.
So they were neighbors, I would say. But Sun Yat-sen is the next generation. So he's about the age of Chang Ah-fong's son.
So Chang Ah-fong antedates Dr. Sun Yat-sen's time.
Yes.
I see. Okay.
But Mr. Chang Ah-fong went to Hawaii in 1949. At that time,
1849.
Sorry, I was messed up with numbers. 1849,
yes.
and when Portuguese they took Macau. Portuguese, right? Because at that time, Guangzhou was the only way for import and export in Qing Dynasty.
I
so,
see.
but before 1856. 1856, and actually the Qing Dynasty, they do not want any of his people going abroad. Because they think they should keep everybody inside. They think
those are
all the places outside were to be dangerous.
Yeah, those were the enclosed years of the Qing Dynasty.
Qing Dynasty. But on the other hand, like American, they want to build road. They digging for gold. They need much more laborers, and the Chinese labor happen to be the ones that they love because the Chinese people they're very working hard. They're working hard people, and they're one important thing because they're very cheap, very cheap.
I see.
And so Chang Ah-fong instead he went to Honolulu because he's become an outlaw. Because he was in a fight with Portuguese people because they forcefully they are repairing the road in close by to Macau. They want to build a road and they dig out all their tomb sites away because Chang Ah-fong was very angry, and he led people of his village to fight the Portuguese.
I see.
And so the government want him to. Want to arrest him, and he
escaped.
He has escaped. He became an outlaw to.
I see. Okay.
Honolulu.
Anyway, in other word, he went to Hawaii as a refugee.
Right.
A runaway. Right. Okay.
Runaway.
All right. He started, of course, from nothing.
From zero, almost from zero. All he brought is some native products.
Okay. A banana.
Not banana, maybe some wines, something that is produced in his native. He brought to There's a story behind why he can get a chance because in the ship there were not enough people to be captured to go abroad. So he was lucky to pay some money to the captain. So he can rent a space to store his stuff there, native products, to bring the stuff.
In other words, he bribed the captain to give some extra storage for his stuff to be brought to Hawaii.
So that's how he started his business as a small, very small businessman for selling native products.
I see.
And from then on,
in other words, he didn't come to Hawaii as empty-handed. He brought something along, and based upon which he started his first trading business.
Sure, he got something. Actually, his friends who has already started a business in Honolulu at that time.
I see.
And that is a chance he could get the news. To go to Hawaii.
So later I read from, I didn't read page to page. I just flipped something. He married somebody, right? Somebody rich, some
Yes,
family
later
rich.
he married the princess of Hawaii.
The princess of Hawaii.
Who is a sister, fully sister of King Kalakaua. Later, Chang Ah-fong supported him to get to the throne of Hawaii.
I see.
So this is quite a big marriage, and later the lady gave him a birth
the princess
12.
He married to, been crowned what?
His brother.
Oh, brother, his brother.
His
Okay.
brother.
Oh, I see.
Actually, is
her brother. Her brother.
yes, her brother.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
Her brother is not his his brother from his own family, but from other families. But since they grew up together
I see.
in one family, that's why they called brothers sisters.
I see. I see. So all right.
But
You're
one
talking,
thing
you're
the
talking about her
princess-
brother, not
yeah,
his brother.
not
No,
brother,
no, no.
his
Her
brother.
brother. Yeah.
Yeah, the princess, her brother, and King Kalakaua, and the princess herself feels in the love arts.
I see. I see. They,
Especially the princess love hula dancing.
oh yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
the King Kalakaua, he loves compose music.
In Hawaii, you could hardly find anybody who doesn't like hula dancing, right? The hula dance is a native product,
Yes.
right? So, and then right
They
now
are
it's
believing.
Yeah, all
Believe in the volcano.
nature thing.
Nature
Yeah.
of God.
Emphasis about the communication between human and nature, right?
So you see in this book, there's a conflict. While the white people from the mainland of the United States went to Hawaii to give church and send them pastors there to.
What I learned from this book
But
is,
Chinese, they have their own beliefs, and Hawaii natives, they have their own
all right,
beliefs.
good.
So
but
there's
what I
three
learned from your book
different
is that
people.
if you want to get rich as an immigrant, you marry somebody.
Yes,
important.
that's right.
Good, good.
That's right.
Yeah, if you want to choose somebody, either a princess these days, probably you can choose somebody else.
That's a shortcut.
Some rich guy's daughter.
Yes.
Okay, so, all right, I'm joking.
Anyway, this is a very romantic story.
Oh,
though,
very romantic,
and
okay.
which also took a very important part.
Yeah, let's
in this book.
let's take a short moment. When we come back, we'll find out how this story interests get the interest of Macau investor, could be future producers in the film project that you're promoting. All right, so we'll be right back.